Everybody, and welcome back to All the Mods 8. In the last episode, we fixed our power by getting ourselves this huge induction matrix, advanced generator gas turbines, some power nitro reactors, and some steam turbines. But I think today it's about time we start autocrafting. Since the last episode, I have gone around and ran a few cables around where we're going to need autocrafting. So over here, we're going to be using like this quantum bridge to transfer our network wirelessly across the distance. So you can already see I have some cables laid out where I want them to be already. And they're all just running up through a wall covered by these cable facades. And I'm hoping to have this hooked up in the ground under here. So I want to hook up a quantum bridge on the ground right here, which should be hidden away, and we shouldn't have any issues with it. And hopefully after today, we'll be able to keep this system here up and running full speed, because the only thing we are missing now, since we fixed power, is our sulfur production. And I have been working on fixing that, but we're still a few seeds away. I've already started converting these towers together to start only making sulfur. As you can see, there's quite a bit of sulfur seeds in there right now. And if we have a look, there's nearly 200k sulfur essence in here. So we need to start crafting that into the actual sulfur dust. And I've also gone ahead and built myself a little greenhouse. It's very simple, just glass and brass casing. So what I want to do is have like, I don't know, something, actually I have it written down right here. We're going to have 66 different types of seeds that are going to be in here. So we're going to need, if we want 8 insulators per seed, we're going to need 528 insulators. So I think there's going to be 6 rows of insulators going the whole length of this room. That's going to be quite a lot. And I've already removed most of the seeds from this guy, and they're all in here. So we're going to have to make insulators for them. At least after today, it should be easy since we'll have autocrafting to request all of them. In here, I've already prepared where I want the actual controllers to go, but we need to do some reorganization in this room. We need to move this down into the basement. We need to put these drawers over on this wall, and this wall here is just going to be drives. This wall here is going to be the quantum bridges, and that wall there can probably be extra stuff if we need to. Right, let's reorganize this room. Okay, so the room is now organized and ready for us to work in. So now let's get to work on hooking up our P2P tunnels. So P2P, pretty cheap, just requires all that. I'm not going to make too many at the moment because I want to wait until we have autocrafting for all of this stuff now. So we just need ourselves a memory card so we can actually link these P2P tunnels together and a bunch more cable. Now we might lose access to our system for just a moment, but it should be okay. Just make sure I have some cable anchors. And basically what I want to do is disconnect this there. And then disconnect that there and there, and then hook that cable up right there, make sure it's not connected to anything, and have a P2P tunnel there, and then a P2P tunnel there. And then we're going to need to get ourselves out some controllers. There's 16 of them there, so, oh yeah, I already have a bookmark, so I need to make 16 of these controllers. What am I missing? Oh yeah, because I disconnected the network, it's not going to work for a moment. I just need to make sure this guy here is connected for just a second. Oh yeah, and before I forget, some quartz fiber. There we go. Now we can disconnect this again. And all I have to do now is basically replace this cobblestone with the controller. Okay, and then I want to do is disconnect the point. And I don't know where I want to put the point. I guess we'll just leave it like here for now. And then I want to put P2P tunnels mainly on this side here. So then we're just going to connect these up like so. And then we're just going to grab this dense cable, run it down by 2. And then we're going to grab quartz fiber and we're going to connect it to all 4 sides here. You only have to do 1, but I'm just doing this for symmetry purposes. And then connect this with the cable, which should provide power to this ME controller since it's no longer connected to the point. And then I want to put anchors on the top of each one of these guys to stop these cables here from connecting to it. Now, I don't have any more light cables, so I'm just going to rob one for just a moment just to connect these. And now what I can do is select our first one, which I'm going to say is this guy. So shift right click on this P2P tunnel and then connect it to this guy. And then shift right click this one and then connect it to this one. There we go. And now just connect up the dense cable. And now our network is online and we don't have to really worry about it. So there's 16 channels coming into this one P2P tunnel, which can hold 32 channels. And now we can hook up another 16 on this side and another 16 on that side, but I doubt we'll need that. So what I want to do now with this P2P tunnel is basically connect it down in our basement, because now it's time to set up automation for our inscribers. So we have this guy here. I just want to disconnect it. Let's say here. Do I actually want multiple coming out of here? Because I don't know if I want to have a P2P tunnel going that way and then out this way. Because I might need to connect multiple things up on one end over there. Because this cable right now is running to connect to this ME interface there. You know what? I think one is enough for now. So we just need to head back up and... Did I already select the network from here? I did. Okay. That means I should be able to just right click this thing here. And now when I connect this cable, connect it there, now we should have all that online. So, inscriber autocrafting. How are we going to do this? Well, we're going to have ourselves... Where's the center here? Here it is. So we're going to connect that there. And then on this side, this is where our inscribers are going to go. I need to make sure... Okay, that's not connected. Perfect. And now what I want to do is grab out some cable. Are we not connected to our drives? It doesn't look like it. Why are our drives not connected? It says they're online, but when I search pipe, I didn't get anything. Oh, okay, now it's connected. I don't know why, but me adding this P2P to connect to this guy fixed this issue. I do not know why, but all I know is I need more cable. Okay, hopefully this stays working now. So back down here now, we want to grab out universal cable. That way we can provide it with the items and the power that it needs. Actually, these ones on the front here can just be item pipes, since they're just transferring items, not power. Power has to go here though. Basically, these guys are going to be extracting out the silicone and the printed circuit, and then it's going to pump it up into another inscriber, which is basically going to turn it into the full circuit then. Why does it look like I have too many here? I meant to have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I have too many here. This is not supposed to be there. Yeah, okay, there we go. Don't know why that extra hole's there. Oh yeah, because that's where it's going to put a furnace. Okay. And yeah, extract. So make sure you connect all these together. I'm hoping this is going to work. It did work in a creative testing world. And basically what I want to do is tell this guy here to extract, add an ultimate pipe upgrade. And then I want to use the destination tool to tell it exactly where to put all of the different ingredients. So we're going to have redstone, gold, diamonds, and certus. Oh yeah, and we're also going to have silicone. So the ones in the top middle are all going to be redstone. So if we just say redstone, edit, and then add the destination for each one. Okay, so each one of them should be set up for redstone. Now let's say the most right one is going to be for silicone. So you're going to destination set for silicone. So then this one's going to say certus. So this here is meant to be silicone again. And then this one here is going to be like gold. And then so this guy here is going to be silicone again. Okay, so like I said then, this one was silicone. So this guy here is meant to be certus. This one here is supposed to be gold. And the last one here is going to be diamond. Okay, so they should be all basically set up now. So we just add each one of these ingredients in here. And now if I connect this, it should put all of those ingredients in the correct spot. Because it should get the items it needs. Okay, you got redstone. Redstone, you should have silicone. You don't have silicone. Oh, because there's no silicone in the system. That's the other thing I need to grab is the presses. So each one of the right ones then are going to have a silicone press. And you know what? I'm just going to make sure this is on round robin so that it try and equally puts in all the silicone at a time. And these guys here, since you're diamond, you're going to get engineering. It is engineering, right? Oh yeah, it's not working, so no power. You're gold, so you're going to be logic. And since this guy here is certus, you're getting calculation. Now there's none of those ingredients in the system, but hopefully when I put these ingredients back, they should all kick online. Now it says they're moving, but there's no power in it. So all I have to do now is just grab out a point. I have no obsidian. Do I have a spare point? I do. Okay. So I can just basically put this point right here and tell it to extract and give it a upgrade. There. Hopefully everything now is getting power. It is. Last thing to do is give them all acceleration upgrades. And there we go. Now everything here is running really fast. Now to get it to pump into a drawer. So grab out some pipes, pipe upgrades, and then I just need myself a drawer. Then we're going to hook up the 3 drawers, not this low, 3 drawers up here, and then we're just going to grab out one of each ingredient. And we're going to have them basically line up where they're placed. So gold in there, that in there. Now just grab out add functional storage, configuration tool, linking tool, and even a storage controller. And then I need a storage interface. So lock, and then I just need to hook up the pipes, tell it to extract. And then to make sure it links to the system, I can put this guy right there, ME storage bus, some smart cable if I have any. I do. That there. And now just come back through the wall here. And oh, I forgot to link it. Let me just access it. And now they should be appearing in the system. Now we don't have to worry about all of our circuits. The only thing we need to do now is just provide it with silicone. So that's easy enough. Just going to grab out an aldermodium furnace, a speed upgrade, and to make sure it works correctly, since we're not going to be using a factory upgrade, we go to at iron furnaces. We're making this guy here a wireless heat transmitter. So if we come through the wall and basically where our point is, put this underneath it to give it power, link it together by putting it inside, putting the furnace right here, and then we can add that in there and reset. So input through the top, output out the back. And if we can actually turn on redstone mode. So redstone high, I think it'll only work when there's a high redstone signal. So if we were to grab out a level emitter, have a smart cable there, and connect it there, and give me out a cable anchor because I don't want to connect it there. There we go. And all I have to do now is just grab out some silicone or quartz because I don't actually have any. So we're going to be using regular nether quartz for this. Oh yeah, you won't work without a redstone signal, so let it cook first. And then in here, we're going to say silicone, output a level, emit a level when below limit. And we're only going to hold 1,000 of it in there. So if we come back here now and hook this up to the actual cable that's here, this should emit a redstone signal, which then turns the furnace on. And it should cook quartz, and once it reaches over 1,000 silicone in the system, once this guy here is filled up, then this thing would automatically stop. I'm going to put a cover here just so I can see through. So all I have to do now is just give this thing here quartz, and then say just extract out of it now. I want to make sure this isn't actually connected, so can I bring this back more? Might be a bit of a spaghetti mess back here, but I want to make sure there's a block there so I can just keep the area looking clean. So you're going to extract out the cooked quartz through there, and you're going to extract out quartz through here. So the furnace is online, and now it's making quartz. Let's see now, once it reaches 1,000 silicone, does it stop? It does. Exactly what I wanted. And now everything here is back online. The only thing we don't have now is Certus quartz, but that's okay. That's all I needed. So this thing here is a fully self-sufficient, passive circuit processor crafter. Okay, so the next step after this then was to hook up the actual autocrafting for the essences. Now, I'm just trying to figure out, like, what's the best way to do this? Do I import it all into the system and then use interfaces to pump it all out? Do I then just use the drawers on a entangled block to the storage controller and then just pump it automatically into the crafter and then into the system? I wasn't sure. But I think I've decided I'm going to go with the method of pumping it all into the system and then using the ME interfaces, which I'm going to put on the walls here. And we're going to have 5 either side of the entrance right here to do all of our crafting, which I think is going to work out the best. So this is the way they're going to be hooked up. At the moment, we don't have that many essences. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hook up the storage controller and just have it all pump into one of the interfaces for the moment. And I'm going to attach a new P2P tunnel right here. And since that one's going to be also in the basement, we'll just hook it up right here. Just grab out some cable and just connect it here. Wait, where did my pickaxe go? Did that go into the system by accident? It did. And all I have to do now is shift right click to copy that, drop all the way back down to the basement, and right click it right here. Okay, so now we can run these across. Now, I think we'll have to change to dense cable rather than this cable. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with dense cable instead, because there's 10 of these interfaces, and these cables here can only carry 8. Luckily, though, we only have to connect to one of these guys, because these guys can connect to 8 of them in a chain. So we only have to connect it to one there, and then continue it along until the other side. So it means we'll have to go around our staircase here. And there they are. Yeah, we only need to connect to one. So we can just run the dense cable this way. Now that these guys are online, let's actually start getting it all imported into the system, every single one of these drawers. So I'm just going to hook up the storage controller, I don't know, like right here for the moment. And then I'm just going to put all these on the back wall right here. And even the ender drawer. How am I going to do this? I guess technically it's all still being inputted into the system. So it should be okay. So all I have to do then is grab out the functional storage controller configurator thingy. Select this one, select all these guys, and then just grab out some item pipes, run the pipes up, tell it to extract, and go. That should pull everything that's in here out. Oops, did not mean to do that. Okay, while I was waiting for these guys here to extract, I was just hooking up the cables for it to work now. So we should be good now on power, because I was trying to figure out, like, what is the best way to run everything here? Well, this works. So what I'm planning to do is have the items, when I finish crafting, will go into the back here. So more or less, it's going to go like this. We don't need this here anymore since that's not needed. And then this is just going to loop back up around into the back of any of these guys. And then I'm just going to say extract, but with a maximum speed upgrade. And these guys, I can just take out all the upgrades and basically get rid of them. And last thing to do actually is just hook this up here. It's just so all of the essences that are being harvested actually do all go back into the system automatically. Okay, now all I have to do is to basically hook up all the pipes from the interfaces down into the crafters. These guys here are probably not going to be used now today, since we only have like a different... How many essences do we actually have at the moment? We only have about 9 different essences. But we also are going to be converting the Inferium essence now today as well. So if that's the case, I think I'm going to do that in its own special one. So we're just going to grab out at Mystical Agriculture, a block of Inferium, and the Master Infusion Crystal. Yeah, and that should be okay. Do I want to convert it all into blocks? I might actually then uncraft it from a block into the actual essence. Would that be a good idea? Or should I just go straight from the essence into essence rather than using the block? You know what? It might be actually easier to use the essence rather than a block. All right, so each one of those guys are there to extract, and then they're just going to have ultimate pipe upgrades. So we're going to start off now with the Inferium essence. So recipe number 1 is going to be that is going to turn into now Inferium essence. And then we're going to say everything will stay in the input buffer. Apply. Next up then is going to be, actually I need to grab out one of each essence first. Next up then is going to be Prudentium. And that's going to turn into Tritium. And everything will stay inside. Then it's going to go Tritium into Imperium. Oh yeah, make sure you say everything stays inside. And then the last one here then is going to be Imperium into Supremium. And do we need to go all the way up into in the Insanium? Probably not. If we need to craft it, we can craft it by hand. It's not that big of a deal. So then we're going to say everything will go to the output buffer, but the remaining items like buckets will stay in the input buffer, which is going to be our infusion crystal. So apply. So all we have to do now is turn off this thing, so we don't want to autocrafting just yet. And we're just going to say to stack everything in here. And then I'm just going to grab out some cobblestone just to fill the rest of the buffer, and then we can tell it to remember, so nothing else will go in those slots. So if we hit remember, and if we remove one, you can see there's like a ghost of it there. So if we just turn it on now, it should just craft it. Oh yeah, I forgot to give it this. And if we hit remember now, it's going to remember the infusion crystals there. So all we have to do now is just provide it with the Inferium essence. So Inferium essence, and that's just going to be pulling out, crafting it all up into Supremium. Now I need to do the same thing with the rest of the different essences. So yeah. All right, cool. So that's all the essences now crafted pretty much. Don't think there's anything else. Oh, it seems I didn't do sulfur. Okay, is that the last one then? I believe it is. Okay, so recipes, double click, sulfur, made like that. And then I'm just going to drop that in there and remember. And now all I have to do is tell it to extract out of here. And make sure it stacks 100. So this thing goes really, really fast. So I don't think we have to worry about autocrafting this thing anymore. So even if we go back upstairs and have a look in our sulfur drawer, this thing should be pretty much full, correct? Oh, it's just going out so fast that you don't even see it building up in here. Okay, it's time we start hooking up our pattern providers and molecular assemblers. So we're going to be hooking those up down below. I was doing some testing just to make sure everything would fit. And it turns out I have to increase the floor below by like 8 blocks. So this room is now deeper. But the way this is pretty much going to be hooked up is I have all these guys here laid out because we only have enough materials at the moment to make 3 sets of crafters. Throughout the next few episodes, I'll be adding more and more in as we start building up our resources, because the main ingredient I'm missing is Fluix dust, and we're not making enough of that at the moment. Because I added like 2 new things here, technically 3. I have a new thing here which is providing a Certus quartz dust, which is turning it like Certus quartz into Certus quartz dust. I have this guy here which is limiting the system to only export out 2,000 of it, and then same thing here, I'm only doing 1,000, but it's for Fluix dust. At the moment I stopped it because I realized we're going to need a ton of acceleration upgrades now to put in here. Actually, how much acceleration upgrades in total are we going to need? It's 160 and then times that by 5. That's 800 accelerator upgrades we need to put in per tree. And we're going to have 15 of them in here. So if we times that by 15 again, that's 12,000 acceleration upgrades. Damn. I'm going to have to add those in over time. I'm not getting all those done today. So how we're going to be setting this up now is pretty simple. So what I want to do is just grab out some cable here and just run this cable all the way from here to the floor. Okay, and then we're going to have, let's say, molecular assemblers here and here, because that's where the cable anchor is to stop it from connecting. And it says there is 3 devices online, which is correct because we have 3 P2P tunnels here. And then all I want to do then is grab our pattern provider and pretty much put it underneath each one of these molecular assemblers, and then surround the thing in molecular assemblers. Like so. And then I need to put a molecular assembler here, pattern provider, and then surround this thing again. And I need to keep working my way down because I need to make sure that every side of a pattern provider has a molecular assembler and that they're not sharing molecular assemblers. So right here, if I was to put a pattern provider, it'd be sharing this molecular assembler. So I'm going to have to put another molecular assembler underneath and then the pattern provider. So we're going to have this weird pattern where it's like this kind of a wavy thing going around, and we're gonna have to do that the whole way down until we've used up all 32 pattern providers. And the easy thing is about this is we could just use the copy and paste gadget and paste another 2 times, and we don't have to worry about it then. Right, let's get this one done. Right, so here's the entire tree made. All 32 of them are connected, but we haven't connected to P2P yet. What I want to do first now is just select the area of this thing, and I want to paste it now beside it. So, go in here, go to paste mode, and I want to anchor it. I didn't mean to rotate. Hopefully it's still in the right position. We need to go up a Y level, forward a Z, and then over 2 X's. So all I want then is a 1 block gap, which there is. So if I just grab out all of these guys and right click, it should paste them all down. It's a weird glass breaking sound, but yes, it placed correctly. Same thing again. Now I want to increase the X till it's here, confirm and paste. And yeah, the only thing we need to do now is put down all the cables. For some reason, it didn't seem to have copied the cable, which is okay. It's easy enough just to put it in by hand. There we go. And all that's left now is just to connect the P2P tunnels. So number 1 is going to go here. Number 2 is going to go here. This is... Oh, it didn't seem to have copied the different network. Hang on. Okay, there we go. So number 2 is going to go there. And then last one, the third one, which is going to copy that one. And you can see these guys are now online. So you can see all 32 are going in. And if I connect that there, you can see 32 channels connected. Now, there's one more step we need to do to actually make this thing work, because those molecular assemblers and pattern providers are not going to work on their own. What we need is crafting CPUs, and they're going to go down here. So I think I'm going to have them up against the wall here, but 1 block away from here. So they're going to be laid out like this, and they're going to be 3 tall, and then we're going to connect them together. And the good thing is then we'll be able to put more on top like this. So you can imagine these guys are all the CPUs and the co-processing units, which are a little display on the front to see what you're crafting. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to craft all of them, but we'll at least get a good few going so that we can actually start by, like, autocrafting stuff. So let's start by getting ourselves a few co-processing units. Each one I'm going to have about 4 things per CPU. So we're just going to grab like a whole stack of them. And then we're going to upgrade these ones then to the co-processing. There we go. I'm so thankful now that we have passive crafting on all these different CPUs. I went AFK for a minute and I did like sit and watering can my farm, crafting more Certus quartz and fluic. So we have a good bit to work with right now. So what we need to do then is craft ourselves a bunch of monitors. So that's going to be illuminated panels. These things are weird to craft, but grab a stack of those. And then these are the storage things that we need. Level emitters. We don't actually have much level emitters. What are we missing for that? Redstone torches? That's easy. So 64 of those. And now we can, I don't know how many to craft right now. 6? Yeah, 6 is a good number to work with. So we want to make like the highest tier, which I don't think we'll probably get to today. So let's just see how high we can craft. And we need to make sure we have 4. Because if we can just get one CPU going, we can then autocraft multiple of these guys. Well, all that Certus didn't last too long. But there we go. We can make ourselves 2 1 million crafting CPUs, which is going to be having total 4 million bytes. Roughly something like that. And the other good thing as well is even though we are going to craft these into the crafting components, so if I just go to app mega, we'll be able to basically rip this actual component back out of the block and then use it to upgrade. So we got 9 of them, and that should be enough for now. So what we can do then is on the back wall here, we're going to have our co-processing, mega crafting storage unit, co-processing, our display. Did that face the right way? Maybe it will... Oh, there it is. You're not supposed to face that way. Maybe you'll have to wait until I've actually built the whole thing first. We can't click on it because the device is offline. So we build another one above it. Yeah, we'll build them stacked first. And there we go. So what we can do then is grab ourselves out some cable. And these guys can be pretty much connected with dense cable. Might just need a couple cable anchors and some P2P tunnels. Find where our cable is here. So we're going to run this out one. And then actually, no, I shouldn't have connected that one. I should use the smart regular cable. Oh, I just used up all that cable. Hang on. Can I make any more by any chance? I don't have any wool. Wool is the one thing I'm struggling with for this setup. And we have a tiny bit of string left over. I think next episode, I think we should work on mob farms. I really think we should. So if we have that come out there, we can just stick a P2P tunnel here. And then what's the best way to hook all of these guys together? Probably going to be like running this cable this way. And then we'll leave one block gap there. The next set of cable is going to come in through here. And then that's going to go to the other end of the room. So I think what we'll do is we'll just connect this like so. So actually remove that from there. And then we'll just have a P2P tunnel. Can we just have the P2P tunnel come straight out of this wall here? We can, but it's not going to connect the way I was hoping. Oh, actually, no, I know why we can do this. We just need to go up a block. Cable anchor there to stop this cable here connecting. And all we have to do then is put the P2P tunnel there. And then connect this there. And then all we have to do is go back up with our memory card. Do I still have the memory card on me? No, I don't. And pick one of these guys here. Let's go with this one. I'm going to have to write all these down in my little notebook later. And this thing should be online now. Cool. So now we can see inside it. Now, there's one last thing to do. Give access to our AE Autocrafting to our mechanism area and our create area. And we're going to do that using cross-dimensional quantum bridges. Yeah. Are these things hard to make? No, they're not. Right, let's get a few of these guys. And we need 8 of these rings per thing. So we're going to need 16 in total per transfer. Right, let's craft those now. Okay, so we have enough now. So what we want to do is... Well, first we're going to have to make sure we have this in the right location. So I'm going to move that ender chest for now. Just throw it over there. So since this is coming down here, so would this be ideal? I think we should lay it out the same way we have our drives. So we're just going to make a ring like so. And then we're going to give it the link chamber. And then we're going to space it out and then do another one. And then that's 2 link chambers made. So what we want to do now is come over here and build the same one in underneath our create factory. I have a little bit of a space down here. And also, the ones that you have away from your system have to be powered. So we're going to give these guys their own, where is it? Energy acceptor so that you can get power. So I have a plug here that's already connected to the network. So that's going to give that power. And now we just need to build our thing. And that's already connected, but it's not connected to our system. So come back down over here and let's build this quantum ring. There we go. And power acceptor. I don't think I have any cables running through here, do I? No. I think there's a cable over there. I might need to just sneak a cable over. So then energy acceptor. And now I'll fill in the floor. Right. Now we need to make this guy. A matter condenser. Go to components because I need a 64K drive. Ooh, I don't have any of those. I don't think the 1 million works. I'm going to have to make a few more of these guys first. There we go. Easy. 64K. So back over here now. And we're going to have to make ourselves... Well, just grab out some water quickly. And we're going to use integrated dynamics to make this go quicker. So we have a sink right here. So I want a fluid importer. So that's going to pull water from this guy. A logic connector. Matter condenser, fluid interface. And then I just need to give it this and make it so it's on singularities. Then just give it a variable char just to extract that water. And max this thing out with as many 9s as you can for a nearly infinite flow. About that many. And now this thing should be making the things. Ooh, it does take a bit of time. But I think that might be just due to the lag in the world. Because I'm pretty sure this thing's supposed to go a lot quicker than that. But yeah, we just need to sit here and wait for this thing to fill. And make ourselves a singularity, and then we need to blow up that singularity to make a quantum entangled singularity. It's going to require some ender dust, or you could just use an ender pearl. Okay, either one works. I do need to set up ender pearl dust crafting down below, similar to what I did for the Certus quartz and the fluix dust. Okay, our singularities are done. We've actually got a good few of them now built up, and I was looking to see what else singularities are used for. Apparently, they're needed for the Nexium emitter for the ATM star. So it's actually a good idea to leave these things just build up over time because we're going to need a ton of these now towards the end. So we just need to grab these out now, and we only need 2 for now. So I'm just going to put the rest away in the system, and I'm going to put 1 away in my bag. And then what we're going to do is just come out here and we'll just go down to the mine here and explode this thing. Yeah, right here is good enough. So I want to turn off my magnet, take out these ingredients here, and then to put down a tiny TNT, a ender dust, and a singularity, and blow this thing up, and this should craft the, what's it called, like the quantum entangled singularity. There we go. So it makes 2 and they stack together because they have the same tag. Then what we want to do is put 1 in one of these. Oh, no, that's too far. We need to put 1 of them in here and then 1 of them down in our, let's say, create factory first. So you go in there, and then what we want to do is attach a P2P tunnel. So P2P, is these in my bag or in the system? They're in my bag. Okay, so memory card and P2P. Put this guy right here, and I think go back up to, it's so hard to see where I'm aiming at this thing. There we go. And let's go with this one. So shift right click that, and oh yeah, we need to connect this dense cable down so that it's touching inside it there. And we'll do the same on that one. There we go. So this should be online. Yes, it is. And if we come back down here now and attach our P2P tunnel to it, we should have access to this area now for autocrafting. So just attach that there. And dense cable. No, let's just use the regular cables. There's not that many things here that needs to be autocrafted. And this guy's now online. So you can see little particles inside. And this thing is pretty much ready. So 1 channel coming through. And there is no devices because I haven't hooked up anything yet. So we're going to have pattern providers underneath each one of these guys here. And 1 here. Because this guy here, I don't think is actually used for anything. I was going to use him for log stripping. Because I put in all the modium axe in this thing, but the axe broke. The axe is supposed to be indestructible, but yet the axe broke. But I have this system up here, so this works too. I just need to come back here and hook up, to the chest right there. There's actually a hidden cable behind the wall there. Oh, you can turn back on our magnet now. Now we need to do the same thing again, but this time for the mechanism room. So TNT, ender dust, and singularity, blow this thing up. Boom, and now over to mechanism, come under the floor here, give this guy here its quantum singularity, and then back over to our AE, and give this guy it. Now we just need to select the P2P, which we're going to give this one, and now we need to connect the P2P down here, so we're going to do it right here. So we just need this cable, So we can attach the P2P tunnel to, select, give it the network, and then reconnect this cable. There we go. So now we have access to our AE system over here. So I don't think we have enough time today. So next episode, we're going to be building ourselves a mob farm and finishing autocrafting everything in here. So we're going to be hooking up passive crafting for all the different alloys. I don't know if we need passive crafting for like refined obsidian ingots. I think we're going to have seeds for that. But like crushers, autocrafting, and whatever else we need. Probably even thermal series and industrial foregoing autocrafting if we can. But the final piece we need to be able to even autocraft is our pattern encoder. Because without that, we can't even make ourselves patterns. So we need this guy here, the pattern encoding terminal and the pattern access terminal. So we can actually access our crafting down below. And I don't actually know exactly where I want to put these things. I can't put them here because they're on their own network. So I think what we'll do is we'll just put them up here. It's probably like the most random place to put it, but this works. Now we just need some blank patterns. Grab out. Really? That's all I can make? Oh, we're out of quartz glass. Okay, that's easy. Okay, we can make like over a stack of them. So the first things first is always make a pattern of your pattern. And then over here, you can see here's everything we have. So pattern providers, but then molecular assemblers. Here's where we want to put them in. And for the best efficiency when crafting things, put them going down the way. Put the recipe going down, not across. If you put them across, it uses the same pattern provider. And if you use them down the way, it uses a different pattern provider each time. So at least that way then it's crafting something different. And look how many slots we have. We should have no issues now with crafting. And we're still going to have a bunch more of them now in the future. I was just looking at it there. And I realized actually there's supposed to be more than 64 pattern providers. And this guy here is not connected properly. Even though he's got a frequency, he's not working. So I've just made a new one. And I think this seems to have worked. Yes. Okay. So now if we look in here, there should be, yes, 96 of them now. That seems correct. So I think that's all we have time for. So I hope you all enjoyed. And if you did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell while you're at it then as well. So without any further ado, goodbye.